Okay, so as you can tell by the title, in this video we're going to be talking about chapter 52 of Record of Ragnarok and my predictions for the next chapter. But more specifically, we're going to be talking about why I personally think Buddha versus Hajun will end in a draw. Now, this is just my personal opinion, so you don't have to agree with me, because in my last video, I think a lot of you guys thought, I was being objective, and that is just not true because I was just stating my opinion. This is just some predictions. This doesn't mean this is going to happen, and this doesn't mean this is what I want to happen. This is just what I feel like will happen in the next few chapters. But before we get into the video, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, because I post quite a bit of Record of Ragnarok content, and mostly I post videos on the chapters. Sometimes I post discussions, etc. So if you like that stuff, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But apart from that, let's just get into the video. So in the last chapter, we actually got some pretty huge reveals, and we actually got revealed that 𝗗𝗥𝗪 was actually the one to put a sort of Hajun seed inside of Zorofuku, and which is why Hajun is now fighting in the arena right now, because Hajun was, I guess, able to awaken and take over Zorofuku's body, and now it looks like Hajun is obviously facing Buddha. Now, I feel like Hajun versus Buddha so far, it definitely does look like it's going in Hajun's favor, but I feel like after Buddha unlocked his new staff or his new form, it looks a lot more even. Now, don't get me wrong, I still do think Hajun is still currently stronger than Buddha, but I feel like Buddha could put up an even better fight, and I do feel like we might get a new transformation for Buddha again, because I don't think this transformation would be enough to defeat Hajun. I feel like Hajun is just another level. Like, Hajun might be the strongest character we've seen so far in Record of Ragnarok. Don't get me wrong, there are many very strong characters in Record of Ragnarok, like Adam, Zeus, Thor, but I feel like Hajun is definitely top 3 or top 2 strongest characters currently in Record of Ragnarok. And I feel like this fight will either end in Hajun winning or Buddha versus Hajun drawing. Now, let me explain. Now, first of all, let me tell you guys why I think Hajun might win. Now, as we all know, Record of Ragnarok is a seinen, meaning it's not going to have many shonen tropes, which means, the good guys won't always win, and the good guys are, humanity, and Buddha is fighting for humanity. Like, we saw what happened to Adam, we saw what happened to Lu Bu. Humanity doesn't always win, and I feel like we can't really just say Buddha is going to win because he's on humanity's side, because we've seen humanity lose several times. Now, just off pure strength alone, Hajun is clearly stronger than Buddha, and that alone is enough evidence to kind of say Hajun has a very high chance of winning. Now, do I think they're going to draw? Well, to be completely honest, I don't really think drawing is, I guess, the best. I don't think drawing is the best option, but I do feel like it's fitting for this fight, because this fight is already quite an odd fight, because not only is it a god fighting against a god, it's a battle that it's kind of a mess, because normally Ragnarok is supposed to be humanity versus gods, but this fight started off with a god against a god, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got another very unorthodox ending to this fight. That's why I'm kind of convinced that we could get a draw at the end of this fight. Now, is there any evidence hinting towards a draw currently? Not really. I don't really think there's any evidence hinting towards this fight ending in a draw, but I feel like just off of, pure strength alone, I feel like if Buddha could unlock a new transformation, we could see him finally level out with Hajun and finally have a better chance of winning. Now, can I, guarantee that Buddha will draw or, even win this fight? I can't guarantee that, but I feel like it is a pretty good chance that we could see a draw between Hajun and Buddha, just off of the fact that Buddha does represent something quite powerful, and if Buddha does lose, it could cause some controversy in the Record of Ragnarok fandom, because I've seen that a lot of people like Buddha. Now, obviously, the Record of Ragnarok fandom shouldn't really affect what the story does, but I feel like it would really, kind of affect the fandom if Buddha was to lose. But I feel like I guess the best ending, or the ending that makes the most sense, is for it to end in a draw, because not only would it it won't feel like an arse pull, because if Buddha was to win, it would feel it wouldn't feel natural, because Hajun was pretty much dominating him for most of the fight. So not only would it feel unnatural, but I just wouldn't really be happy with that ending. And I feel like a draw would also, I guess, make the fandom, not terribly sad, but it would also make the fandom kind of, it would make the fandom kind of content, because not only would it kill off Buddha, but it would also kill off Hajun. So it would be kind of, I guess, an eye for an eye, basically, because I don't really see, the Record of Ragnarok fandom, taking Buddha's loss very lightly. So I feel like that would be the best option for this fight, to end. I feel like a draw would be perfect for this fight. But of course, I want to know what you guys think in the comments, because this is just purely my opinion, because just off of just observations alone, I feel like Buddha versus Hajun should end in a draw, because if Hajun was to win, I'm not too sure how that would really end, because Hajun isn't necessarily someone that's just going to sit back and watch the rest of Ragnarok. I'm pretty sure he's going to cause a lot more havoc. So I'm not too sure about Hajun winning, but I'm pretty sure it would probably end in a draw. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments, because I actually want to know what you think about this fight, because this fight probably is the hardest fight to predict out of all of the fights so far. But apart from that, if you liked the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new, with notification bells turned on and set to all. And apart from that, I will see you in my next video.